Good morning.
Hello, welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And today we're here for our weekend workout. You'll need your body, check. A little bit of space, check.
Check, check.
And yourself or somebody else to do this with as we explore some strength and mobility throughout our class today.
I think that's my cue to start with the head, move into those hips and ribs, and from there, of course, we'll stay strong together. So at the head, in a stance comfortable for you, start with the chin tuck in. Next.
Sorry, there's so much snow.
There's so much snow. Next, we'll flex the chin, flex the neck, chin towards the sternum. Then from there, look across the clavicle towards the armpit. Then look on the horizon and then return through center. Repeat to the other side. A chin tuck, small ranges are great too. Then trace the clavicle. Look to the armpit, and then reset on the horizon. Instead of the down action, let's go up, extending on the neck. Low effort, extend on the neck. Then rotate, a gentle chin nod, and finish with your head on the horizon yet again. And last time, the up action at the head, the rotation away from center, the chin tuck towards the armpit, and return the head to the middle. Now, low effort here, hands across the body with the shoulder blades in retraction. Let's go flexion first. That's that up and over hook-like or candy cane shape forward. And from there, we'll rotate, dip to the side, all the way back and around. And when we line up in the middle, let's compress or pull down again. From the flexion or the forward movement, add a gentle rotation.
The other way.
The other way, side bend, then up and over, and then reset, level. Returning to the back, and the same idea here, we'll go extension, up and over first, rotation next, side bend, and then circle the ribs back to center, and pull down, engage your shield to follow with extension. And then last time we'll go up, we'll rotate, a very casual side bend here, and then we're returning through center, pulling down and coming up. One of our members shared with us yesterday that those rib movements felt really nice after doing a lot of that heavy shoveling. So whether it's prepping for the shovel today or anything else, we hope that rib roll feels nice. And that's a sweet dance move, Lauren.
I'm shoveling.
What do you got next?
We have our feet. We must warm up those feet that connect us with the floor all the time. So right now, just open your toes up wide, all 10, spread them out, try to create space between each and every one of them. The balls of your foot are touching the floor and the heels are down. Now can you place your pinky baby toes down, and then your ring toes, and then your middle toes, and then your index toes, and lastly your big toe. With all 10 toes spread out and gripping the floor, feel them pull the arches together, engaging the bottom of the feet, which in turn pulls up the kneecaps and squeezes the cheeks. That strong foundation for everything we do. Keep that foundation and gently press your knees towards over your toes. Lightly rock a little bit from side to side. Feel those calves from walking through snow. And then press and extend your hips, squeezing your cheeks. Let's repeat, pull ourselves down. Pressing ourselves back up. Keep those kneecaps straight, the butt squeezed, and find your first balance. With the knees remaining straight, slowly descend heels to the floor. Next, let's pull that foot to the demi point for our lunges. Push some weight down. Then use your toes to point. Gently flex over the toes. Keeping the knee in line, allow the ankle to wing out. Then pull the ankle back in. Push the toes into the floor to get to the tip toes. Demi point. Heel comes down, hip drives through. Repeat on the other side. Feel that pull off the floor. Then use the toes to point. Gently flexing and rounding over. Allow the ankle to wing out and then pull it back to center. Get over the toes, through the demi point, and the heel will come down. One more time, let's work on that balance. Send the knees towards over the toes. Stay the same height, find a balance. Now drive through that ceiling, growing to tall. And then again, with the knees straight, slowly descend. Give those ankles a little shake as much as they take some tension. Allow them to be able to relax.
Excellent. From here, it's the quick shoulders from standing, and we'll address those hands and shoulders on the floor. With the palms facing forward, low effort, scapular elevation, or shrug. Then low effort at first, scaps down, or depression. Repeat again as we low effort shrug, low effort down. Keep the hands there, or reach the hands towards out front, and now round those shoulder blades around the rib cage in protraction, and then retract or squeeze a pencil between the blades. Repeat again. Keep the spine long and extended versus the rounding shape, the blades round here, and then retract. Low effort, return the hands to the side, and give it that little bit of a shake. One more thing for the arms. Start with the palms facing forward and have these knife-like edges through the fingertips slowly turn into fists. With fists, flex, meaning bend on the wrist, to have the knuckles face the ceiling. From there, it's a low effort elbow bend. Low effort. I think I'm saying that a lot today. So now, casually pull the hands apart. Keep the elbows fixed, but have those knuckles face the ceiling. Then shrug just once, pull down, and with low tension, press those elbows towards forward. Engage those armpits. Return the elbows to the side, and then open up those hands, wrists into extension. Then slowly extend or straighten on the elbow, and by 1% pull the shoulder blades together. Next, we'll extend the arms back. From the push-up style wrist, let's make wrist flexion shapes. Then keep the elbows in place as you do an elbow bend. Check that the hands are pulling apart from each other, and then pull the elbows low to have those elbow tips face forward. Then at the hands, open up like our push-up wrist. Slowly extend on the elbows out front, and then pull the shoulders together as the arms return to your side, and shakes and wiggles are allowed there. Holy, for a light effort or low load in the hands, the effort could be quite high.
It's like that prof you had in university where you keep the tally of how many times. Up in
a
here,
nutshells, in a
down
nutshells,
in there.
in a nutshells. Okay.
All right, we're going to find the floor to work on our wrists next.
Yeah.
So let's get back to working those ankles to get there. Gently press your knees towards over your toes. Then you'll peel the heels up and slowly descend to your low squat position. With or without your hands, the knees will find the floor. The hips will drive through into extension. Let's untuck our toes, pointing them into a ballet foot, and then gently sit back. Next, we'll squeeze the cheeks, extending the hips. Give yourself a little bit of room to stay on screen, and we'll extend our arms, hinge on the hips, find our fingers down first, and then the palms. As the palms come to the floor, can you keep those elbows nice and straight, elbow pits forward, shoulder blades pulled down. Right now, let's pull ourselves into wrist extension, so shoulders over top of wrists. Now start to draw a circle with your body, so start shifting your weight in a clockwise position, or clockwise direction. As you come around here, you're coming around towards the 6 o'clock on the clock, you're keeping your elbows straight, you're feeling that transfer of weight in your hands, coming around to 9, and then all the way to noon on the clock. Let's try that same thing in the other way. Shoulders stay packed, elbows straight as you go to 11, and then 9, and around to 6, pulling yourself over to that 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then back to noon. Once at noon, could you stay in that wrist extension and try to press up to those first knuckles and control it down? Let's do that 3 more times. Making it easier would be bringing your knees towards your hands. Making it harder, bringing your knees away from your hands. And making it easier again would be to do 1 at a time. Next, we'll press the floor away, flick up to that extension, and just shake that out. Whew. Let's take one hand and place it down normal, and take the other hand, placing the back of the hand on the floor. As we place that back of hand down, let's place the fingertips down, the back of the knuckles, and then the back of the hand. Next, we'll try to pull the shoulder down out of the ear, rotate that elbow pit forward. Have connection with the pinky, the thumb, the index, the middle, the ring. That was very out of order. And keep that. And then I want you to start to bend the elbow. Can you add a slight bend to the elbow? And then can you try to straighten it again, that elbow pit forward. Next, we'll peel the palm away. or the back of the hand palm, and then the fingers, and shake that out. Repeat on the other side. So now that hand is normal, other hand back down. This time again, the fingers down, the knuckles, the back of the hand. With the thumb, index, middle, ring, baby on the ground, pack your shoulder. Keep that elbow straight. Might feel different on this side. Now gently allow that elbow to bend out to the side. And then with the shoulder packed, re-extend that elbow pit blood donation forward. Next, we'll slightly lean back and peel the back of the hand away. And then the fingers, pressing and shaking that out. Whew.
Getting into the hips from the ground here and giving those hands a little break. We'll revisit some hovers perhaps for the shoulders. But now let's step through into our lunge position with a single leg out front. It's common that this hip of the front leg would be elevated. So low effort at first, find a new word for that in a moment, but press down on the front leg and try, although I believe it to be impossible, pull the back leg off the floor. For about 10 seconds, we'll press down on the front leg, and for a couple seconds longer, pull the back leg up. Relax the effort. Then take that leg that's in the front and open it towards the side. 11, 10, or perhaps 9. If we're at 9, the hips still face forward. Repeating the pressure, pressing down on the laterally facing leg, and with the intention to pull this leg, the back leg, the hip extension leg, off the floor. Try for 3, 2, stay in that pose, but relax the effort. One more time in each position. Bring that leg to the front and lightly at first press down through the foot. Excite the hamstring and the bum on the front leg and pull up away from the floor, the kneecap pulling into the hip. Hold the pose, relax the effort, and then last time here out to the side, same thing. Press through the foot, pull up and away from the floor, hold for 3, 2, then return it to center. Can we get to that toe tip that Lauren helped us warm up with, and then bring a leg underneath. Alternate to the other side. Commonly, this hip will be hiked. To help with that, let's press down through the foot and try to pull the back leg up. The back leg is in that posterior tuck or the front of the hip, bringing it towards the belly button. Relax the effort. Excuse me. Then open that leg to the side. Could be again 1, 2, or to 3. And now press down through the foot. Adductors, they could feel it. The butt cheek feels it too. And for 5 more seconds, pull up the back leg. And relax. One more time in each position again in the front. Press down, pull up on that back leg. Breathe. Apply heavier tension as allowed, but never let it take your breath away. And then we'll wiggle that leg out to the side one last time and press down on the laterally facing leg. Tuck under the back leg while trying to pull up for 1 more second. And then relax. Take it to the front one last time. Toe tip. Pull it underneath with those hips extension through. And then warm them up the crawls again, Lauren.
So we're going to the zoo today. It's going to be a lovely time. We're going to start in our elephant exhibit. What that means is you should tuck in your shirt. Then you should place your fingers down, your callus line in those full palms. Next, with your toes tucked, let's gently tip the tailbone towards the ceiling. We'll push the floor forward and back, lifting the hips towards that A-frame down dog or elephant shape. Now that we're here, let's prioritize keeping that low back long or that anterior tip in the hips, and then maybe try to straighten those knees. One at a time for now. Breathing, pushing the heels towards the floor, but again, tipping the tailbone to the ceiling. Now let's take a break from our elephant and pull yourself down into a hover-like position. Our knees are hovered off the floor. We have our core brace as we pull our hands towards our feet. Hold this tension for 5, 4, 3, 2, re-tip the tailbone to the ceiling, lift the hips. Next, we're going to take our elephant for a walk. If you'd like, we're stepping opposite hand and foot, peeling that hand up off the floor. The palm leaves first, the fingers flick the floor away. Keeping that tailbone long, breathing, Then once you walked forward a couple steps, go back to where you came from. Try walking backwards. Keep the contralateral gait, the opposite hand and foot. Bring yourself to a nice stable position. Add the bend in the knees and slowly walk your hands back into your hinge and then press through to tall. And shake it
And
off.
there we go. Sound effects are optional, but they do increase the level of fun.
More to come.
Start now with a little bit of weight transfers in some squats. So feet in parallel to start, knees over toes in our single leg squat variation to start. Pull up a single leg to that little ankle nook down below and hold for 3, 2, return 2 feet to the floor. There will be a little weight shift and slowly pull up the other leg. Hold the balance. Repeat one more time as 2 feet touch down, then pull a single leg up. Pulling together, no daylight between those knees. Then one last time, slowly does it, pull up and hold. Balance. Then go 2 feet on the ground and press those hips through to tall. Give it a little bit of a shake, and let's repeat that same effort from our first position. Let's pull down, weight transfer, and now have some daylight between those knees and hold. Then return the knee to the ground, foot to the ground, then it's to the knee to the side, and again, a weight transfer and hold. 2 feet, slowly transfer. One last time each side here, hips are forward with the knee side, just like the lunge, and then again, weight transfer, peel off the floor, hold the balance, return to 2 feet, press to tall. Shake that out as well.
All right. We're going to the zoo, as mentioned before. Every other exhibit is going to go down to our wrists, and every other exhibit, we're going to have feet or hooves, it depends, or webs. First one, the duck. Let's gently bend our knees. So we're going off of Ian's here. We're going to stay the same height the whole time and take a heel, ball, toe step forward. As you bend through that back foot, use the toes to flick the floor away. We're staying that same height, creeping under the low ceiling forwards. And then could you take that walk backwards, toe, ball, heel, as you walk back. Keep the hips level, the head level, end up with 2 feet underneath, and then press to tall. Our duck is going to advance into a smaller duck, as allowed. This time, the heels will peel up off the floor. Come on down, or do the previous duck addition. We're all the way down here. Now, could we keep our knees in that forward direction as we peel the heels and the toes off the floor, and then stepping backwards, toe, ball, heel, toe, ball, heel, toe, ball, heel. Last 1 or 2 steps, and then press up. Whew. Shake it out. Stay tuned. Who knows where we're going next?
Gotta give those legs a little bit of a break. But let's go down to the floor, utilizing that duck squat. Walk using really what we call our toe squat. So feet are parallel, knees over toes, and just like Lauren did there, peel away. Go knees to the floor, hips extend through, and just very casually return to those hands. With the shoulder blades now, knees on the floor is a nice beginner progression. Hovering the knees is a nice extension. First though, retract the shoulders as to squeeze. Then shrug up, elevating the shoulder. Now keep the spine still, but press the floor away through the shoulder blades. That's that protraction. Then pull down to the hips and retract. Same idea, but opposite direction. So squeeze together as your shoulder blades are and pull them down to the hips. Then the spine stays still, press into the floor protraction, and then elevation or shrug. Retract yet again, then push the floor away, give those hands a little break, and from down here, just a little bit of a lean back. So I like those toe tips facing, pointing like our ballet feet. Squeeze your butt cheeks, and very slowly lever back. Nice straight line, knees, hips, and core, and then press through. 1 or 2 more. Squeeze your butt cheeks. Hold time. Where is it politely stressful? And always be able to come back home to stack. 1 last time. Ribs to hips. Test your shield. Extend the hips to tall. And then let's tuck those toes under. And it depends what Lauren's up to for a crawl.
We're gonna stay down here. Let's come on to our bottom. From our bottom and our feet, we're gonna explore another crawl, this time in a different position, a crab. Let's place our fingertips facing away from us and our palms on the floor. Our feet are facing forward, our knees are bent. Right now, I want you gently to shrug your shoulders up into your ears and then pull them down, extending at the heart chest. Now, let's drive those feet into the floor and just hover our hips up off the floor. Hold this position for a couple seconds, making sure it feels okay on wrists and shoulders. 3, 2, and then hips will find the floor. Next, we're gonna rock our pelvis anterior, posterior. So what that means is we'll do a slight hover off the floor, and then we're gonna tip our tailbone towards the wall behind us. Next, we'll scoop our hips under, connecting the ribs, hips. Repeat. Drive those femurs into the floor behind you, anterior tipping the hips or tailbone to the wall behind you, and then gently scoop under, tucking that tailbone. Let's continue on this one, tucking and lifting up into our tabletop-like position. In this top of the crab position, our shoulders are retracted. We're pushing the floor away. I like to have a neutral head, so I'm looking up towards the ceiling. Next, I'm gonna drive those femurs to the wall behind me. It's gonna be hips come down first, then that mid body, and then that upper body. And just find the floor for 1 second. Give those wrists a little break, shake it out. We'll do that one more time into our crab position. Fingertips facing backwards, feet gripping the floor. Press the floor away, retracting the shoulder blades. Tip the tailbone to the wall behind you in that anterior tip, and then lightly scoop the hips under, lifting up into the tabletop. If you want to add to this, you could take a couple steps in the forward direction and then a couple steps in the backwards direction. As you walk around in this crab, try to keep those hips up in that tabletop-like position. Establish your start position and then untuck the tailbone or reach it to the wall behind you. Hips lower, gently place down. Take a second off. Let's flip over. Yeah, and stand up via the ankle squat to give our wrists a break. Extending those hips through, tucking the toes, rocking back, finding a toe balance first, and then find your heels, and then press to tall.
Press into tall. There we go. We worked on that lean back version from that ankle squat, and let's apply that from our standing position too. For that, we'll take a single leg and reach it out front, like in our movement clock. Then bend on a single leg to have that leg touch the floor a little bit further away. Then press off that back leg that we're all the way forward on the front foot. Then let's land toe, ball, heel on the back. Can you see the straight line between your knees in the front and the hips in the front? And then trust yourself to lean back. Then from here, push off that back leg, extend to tall. Let's repeat 2 more. We land toe, ball, heel. The knees are parallel, the hips are extended, and we're wearing our rib cage down to engage the core and to protect our back. Then press off that back foot and arrive to tall. Last one here, it's toe, ball, heel in the back. Feel the scissor-like tension. Keep those hips extended. Wear that rib cage down and press through. And then when your knees are tall, keep your knees fixed and make room by just extending through with our little bit of a shake. Repeat on the other side. Which leg did you have out in front? I had my right, so this time I'll take my other and place it out front. And then a little further reach on the bend. Your knees should be about in the same position here. Now press off the back leg, transfer your weight to the front. Toe, ball, heel as we go back. We're looking for a straight line between the quads, but then extend those yet again and continue to wear the rib cage down. Lauren's line is beautiful. Then press off the back, extend those hips through. 2 more, toe, ball, heel, pull. The front leg pulls back, the back leg pushes forward, the hips extend through, and the rib cage is worn down. Then press off that back leg to tall. Final repetition, toe, ball, heel. Feel that scissor. Create that gorgeous hip extension. Create the core stability to then drive the hip, keep the knee in place, and extend the leg with a little bit of a shake. Back to the zoo, Lauren.
Back to the zoo. We're going to see the horses now. So with the horses, you'll need a little bit of room to travel, but not too far. For this horse exhibit, let's start in our first position, which means from parallel, we turn out. We gently bend both knees as we did earlier in our squat warm-up. With those hips slightly tucked under and extended, we're going to point a leg about 45 degrees to the side. As you look down, that heel and that toe should end up on the same line. Place the toe, the ball, the heel down. Now on a straight leg, start pulling. Pull so much it adds a bend, and then press off your back leg. We are going to remain the same height, so bring your heels together. Repeat on the other side. Point. Straight leg pull first. Pull so much you bend. Push off the back leg. Finish with a toe point. Transfer weight to 2, and you should have that nice diamond shape here. Point the leg out. Toe ball heel. Pull on a straight leg, and then start bending, pressing off that back hip. Heels connect, diamond shape. Hold, 2 more. Point, pull, bend the knee, press. Feel those adductors and the hip extension coming to 2 feet. And last time, point, pull, press off that back hip. Gently bring the heels together and then drive down, pressing to tall. Imagine we did that backwards.
Yeah, we should.
All right. Knees press over toes.
We could.
Then we're going to point that leg back at about a 45 like a skate stride. Toe ball heel. Pull yourself back, pushing off the front foot. Control that in. Hold the diamond shape. Point, other side. Pull on that straight leg to bend, extend. Hold your diamond shape. Point. We're trying to still stay that same height. The hips are still tucked under, pushing forward. Each time as we transfer that weight, we're controlling. I might have said one more, but I mean 2. Pull, back, hold, first position. Last one, toe ball heel. Pull yourself back. Both heels connect, and then with weight even in both feet, press through to tall.
Whew.
Guess you haven't seen a horse walk like that before.
Walking backwards. Not too many animals naturally walk backwards, and we are included in that. Very difficult to walk backwards, but increases that balance and proprioception. I hope your legs have one more exercise in them today, because we're just going to progress that single leg squat. From your parallel stance here, pull up to the flamingo stance. From here, do a single knee bend over the toe, and then extend the hip through to tall. If allowed, climb the leg a little bit again towards that retire-inspired position at the knee, and same effort. We'll go knee over toe, extend back to tall. Now return down low. Open that knee to the side. Then we'll go knee over toe, keep the knee side, and extend the hip forward. Whew. Then one more time, stay there or climb, and same effort here, knee over toe, press the hip forward, own that tall stand, return the knee to the front, press when the foot touches, hips forward, shake and wiggle. Repeating on the other side. Knee in front first, low position, slowly go, knee over toe. Then press the hip forward to tall stand. Then pull up, retire again. Yet again, we'll go knee towards over toe. Maybe use that balance aid at your side. Press to tall. Return the leg low, open the leg to the side, and again, the hips are staying forward, my knees facing towards Lauren. My intention is to get low and press through. And again, last one here, up, same effort to go knee over toe. You might have a challenging side. Maybe you're seeing that this one is mine, and then press through. Return the knee center, press the foot, and extend through the hip, and shake.
One more exhibit. Let's come on down. It's actually 2 at the same time. We're going to be a frog and then we're going to be a monkey. They're very close species if you didn't know that. Let's end up in our squat position and pull ourselves down into this low squat. Maybe this is where you hang out during this exhibit. If you'd like to join us in the frog, I want to travel in the forward direction. So you're going to place your hands down, and then you're going to do a little transfer of weight and hop those feet back under you. Right now, we're not connecting our knees to our elbows, but we're just hopping in that forward pattern. Let's do a couple more, transferring that weight onto our hands as much as we can. You can also do a 1-2 landing if it's too much to put all those weight in those hands. The last little frog hop, and then drive down into the floor and press to tall. Whew. All right, little did you know, after a frog, you become a monkey. The monkey is like the frog, but we're going to travel in a side-to-side pattern. So we'll pull ourselves down again in that squat. And then this time it's going to go a hand, 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 foot, foot, hand, hand, foot, foot. So could you stay in that low squat and travel in that side to side? Hand, hand, accepting the floor. All I want you to think about right now is being soft in your landings, quiet feet, quiet hands. Oops, I disappeared. Having a little bit of fun. Get to center and then drive down and press to tall.
We have had some requests from our members to explore that handstand. The core strategies we've improved upon today, the coordination of those shoulder blades and the endurance we're trying to build through those crawls, all aim to help. Perhaps you're ready for that minute of craziness. Are you ready for 1 minute of craziness as we finish our exercise practice today? So for that, either choose your favorite crawl and aim to be in it for a long time, upwards of a minute. Laura and I will try our handstand and stay with us next week as we slowly progress towards skills to get towards this handstand. It's been a while. I'll call it quits when I'm ahead, I hope. But one more time after it's here, load up those wrists.
Has been a while.
Take your time. And in 3, 2, go for a minute of craziness right about now. Whew. Okay, that was a solid start. We'll do it again though. Woo. Okay, so perhaps you're holding a beautiful line like Lauren, or you're just working on that weight transfer like me. Finish with control. Gravity will often win, but as much as you can, be so happy with that effort. And that was shy of a minute, but we're gonna call that 30 seconds of craziness, which is just about as good as we're gonna get here today. So thank you very much for joining us today live at 8 o'clock on Saturday mornings for the weekend workout. We invite you to play with your strength. I'm Ian.
I'm Lauren.
We'll be back live next week with kettlebells, bars, and more opportunities to play with your strength. Train with us. And as always,
take care.
Stay strong.
And we'll train soon.
Train soon. Have a great day. Shovel hard and enjoy that nice little stretch afterward.
Goodbye.